Good morning, girls and guys. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine, and right now you all must be smiling after watching today's theme. Well, guys, this is going to be your second online lecture, and the topic of your today's lecture is about conflict. So let's get started. Girls and guys, before we start our today's lecture, let's talk about the recap of your lecture number one. And it is very essential to revise the previous lecture because it is kind of handful stuff for you can say that for your learning process. We guys, in our lecture number one, we guys have discussed following points. We have discussed about peace, advantages of peace, and how to maintain peace. I have told you that peace is a state or time period in which there is no war or war has ended. And I have told you that there are lots of advantages of peace. That's why it is very essential for all of us to maintain peace. Okay, being as a citizen of Pakistan, being as a student, being as a teacher, it is very essential for me and for you to maintain peace. And why it is important to maintain peace? Because guys, peace has lots of benefits and lots of advantages. So let's talk about the advantages of peace once again, because this is the revision lecture. This phase of the lecture we will revise the previous lecture, as I told you. Okay, so let's revise what we have discussed in lecture number one. I have told you that if peace and unity is the dominant factor in one's country, definitely investors will go there and they will invest money. That's how that country become, prosper and, happy country. And the economic development will definitely gonna take place over there. And that's how that country will gain, some more investors and some more respect in the world. And guys, by maintaining peace, the country can gain international respect and fame, and this could be the ideal situation and ideal scenario for the citizen of the country as well. And guys, it is very important for the sustainability of democracy. Peace is very important. So if you want that your government function properly and they work properly, so you have to bring peace in your country. Okay, so peace is very important for economic development, for the progress of the country, for the sustainability of the country, and for a good reputation as well in certain continent. Okay, so it is very important to maintain peace, but the question is that how to maintain peace. I have told you in the previous lecture that for the establishment of peace in society, it is very essential for the members of the society to seek a platform where they can resolve their conflict, their contradiction, their problems. And guys, tolerance is the most important factor to maintain peace. Okay, tolerance means to bear some stuff with patience, to show some patience and to tolerate others. Okay, and guys, that's how we can maintain peace in our society. And one more thing, to give the rights, for the city, to give the rights of the people and to ensure the rights of people, it is very essential for the maintenance of the peace. Okay, and one more thing, guys, if you provide the equal job opportunities and if you provide them justice, that's how we can maintain peace in the society. And peace is very essential for the sustainability of democracy, and it is very essential for the country to function properly. So peace is very much important, right? So let's move towards our today's lecture. Well, guys, before we start our today's lecture, I want to give you the review. Okay, so you will get idea that what we'll talk about in today's lecture. We will discuss conflict. We will talk about conflict, and we will discuss how to resolve conflict and what are the disadvantages of conflict. So I'm very sure you all will be you all will be amused in today's lecture because I have inserted some beautiful animations inside this lecture, which will definitely gonna grab your attention and which will compel you to think about it, why it is important to bring peace, to maintain peace, not to fight. Well, guys, let's talk about conflict. As you know that today's main topic is conflict, and we will talk about conflict. But before we talk about conflict, can you see the beautiful animation inside this lecture? Can you see that the two girls are continuously fighting with each other? That's how any conflict takes place. Okay, so guys, a state of disagreement or clash between people or ideas is called conflict. Same thing is happening inside this animation. Two girls are fighting with each other because they have a clash and they are not agree on one point. They are kept on fighting with each other. But guys, the consequences of conflict may be may be of a serious nature and have for lots of bad impact on someone's life and someone's career. So that's very important for all of us to understand that we shouldn't fight with each other, and we should give some space and some kind of, you can say that, some space to other person to understand our point. But guys, a state of disagreement or clash between the people or ideas is called conflict. Same thing happened in our previous slide where the two girls were fighting with each other. By the way, they were looking super cool, but it doesn't mean that they should fight with each other. Well, guys, let's discuss the disadvantages of conflict. And disadvantages are something which compelled us to not to fight with someone. And no, and guys, it's not essential all the time to disagree with others. Okay, sometimes we have to compromise. Sometimes we have to say yes to them, because guys, conflict is something which consequences are really not good, and the consequences could be very serious of sort of nature. So first thing which I have observed by myself during any disagreement, during any clash, first thing is the wastage of time and money. When we conflict with someone, when we have a disagreement, when we have a clash with someone, it always it always compel us to stop working and to be like to involve ourselves in fight, and this thing will definitely going to waste our time and money as well. So there is one more beautiful animation inside this lecture, which you can see that fighting will not gonna give us any benefit. But guys, while dealing with conflict, in order to handle the issue, there is an urgent need to sit and resolve the issue. So guys, the conflicted parties, will spend money, and this will definitely going to waste their money and time as well. So that's why we shouldn't conflict with someone. We shouldn't be the part of any disagreement or clash, because it is a simply wastage of time and money. And the second thing is that when we conflict with someone, it wastes our energy as well. When we are fighting, as you can see in this slide, in this animation, your favorite characters are fighting with each other. This thing definitely is wasting their energy. Okay, time and definitely energy as well. So guys, in order to tackle the issue, various parties and institution and organizations are working, so that how they can tackle any issue and how they can resolve it. So guys, definitely when they sit together, when they'll talk about it, this could waste their energy and mental and physical, this will definitely affect their immunity. For example, if two students are fighting with each other and I'm going to resolve their issue, this will firstly take my time. Second, this thing will take my energy. Okay, so why would we fight? Okay, when there is a peace is an option. Why we will not choose the peace and we will fight with each other? So can you see that these two these two cartoonic characters are fighting with each other, and I'm very sure you know the names as well. Well, I don't know their names, so I inserted this just to tell you that fighting is something which will waste your money and energy and your time. Well, guys, our next slide is very interesting. This tells us that it decreases your morale. Okay, very important and very essential thing is that you have to keep in your mind that conflict will definitely going to decrease and put down your morale, your confidence. So guys, let me explain it how. Well, conflict may lower the morale of people. Sometimes their conflict may be of serious nature, and they cannot be that conflict will not be easy. It will not easily going to solve. Okay, so this will decrease their morale, their confidence, and guys, people will get disappointed while solving their issue. So this will definitely this will definitely enhance them to to sit and to keep on talking and keep on wasting time and keep on wasting energy, that's how they will get disappointed. Okay, and this will decrease their morale. So can you see that one girl is in this slide, is she's kept on doing this and that's how she's wasting her energy. Okay, so guys, let's discuss our next major and most important point. Guys, remember one thing, that when we are keeping ourselves inside any disagreement or clash, this scenario and situation develop inside us the blaming situation and complaining situation. The people who are fighting and who caught themselves inside any disagreement or clash, this thing keep themselves in that point where they are keep on blaming and keep on complaining about the thing. So you can say that in case of conflict, there is always a blaming situation between people, groups, or parties, or countries as well. In case of any clash between the countries, they always blame each other. They don't even take blame on themselves. Just take example of yourself. Many of you will definitely in the life, many of you definitely faced any conflict or disagreement in your classes. Have you ever faced that thing that conflict develops the habit of blaming inside someone's personality, which is not cool at all. So we shouldn't fight with each other because it is a waste. It definitely it is conflict is a wastage of time and money and energy as well. And guys, it decreases our morale, it increases inside ourselves the state of blaming and complaining. Okay, and guys, next more important thing is that whenever we are fighting with someone, it is something the environment of that specific place remain always hot and furious, and always people are complaining and fighting with each other, and this is not cool at all. So we have to, being as a responsible citizen, we should try not to fight with someone, and we should try that the environment of mistrust and hostility will not be there. We have to try this thing, because guys, conflict decreases our morale, and it decreases our energy and confidence as well. So let's discuss that how we guys can resolve any conflict. First of all, through cooperation, through compromise, through mutual understanding, and through right decision. So whenever there is any conflict, any country, any society, in any area, it is very important to resolve it by any means. Okay, so guys, but it is very important to give time, to give some space to that conflict, because guys, through cooperation, we can resolve any war, but by giving some time, we can also resolve many problems. So it is very important for all of us to give some peaceful time period, and through cooperation, through compromise, through mutual understanding, we have to take right decision, and this is how we can resolve any conflict. Okay, and guys, one more thing, we have to make sure that one party should do compromise. For example, if two students are fighting with each other, one of them should say that it's okay, I'm okay with this, and the other one should step down while fighting with, if there is any conflict, any clash between two parties. This is what which I'm suggesting you have, one of you should have to step down. Okay, for the better future and for the better understanding. So let's talk about today's assignment number 2. You have to write few sentences about conflict which you have experienced in your life. And the second thing which you have to tell me, that how does conflict waste your, time and money. You have to write down on a rough page or any loose sheet, and then WhatsApp me your answers. So let's take a review. Let's rewatch our lecture, whatever we have discussed in today's lecture. We have discussed that we shouldn't fight with each other because it decreases our morale, it decreases our energy, it decreases our confidence level as well. And remember one thing, that while fighting with each other, in order to tackle the issue, various institutions, parties, and people will sit together, and when they will sit together, they waste their mental mental and physical energies to cope with the problem and conflict. And that's how they will waste their energy, resources, time, and money. So guys, please do not fight with each other. It is very essential to stay calm, to resolve the fight. Whenever you see that someone is fighting and they are not listening to each other, you should sit with them. You have to tackle the situation. You have to make sure that you're listening to both parties, okay? So, what is important for you to understand? Important for you to understand is do not fight, stay calm, and make sure you are making peace, okay? Inside your home with your siblings, do not fight, okay? Do not fight on a PlayStation, do not fight on TV remote, do not fight on snacks. So it is very essential for you all to understand what I'm actually trying to say you. This lecture is a fun lecture. The purpose to insert the funny slide is only to make sure that you do not fight, because here we have certain disadvantages of conflict, and disadvantages mean bad impact of that specific thing which we have planned to do, okay? This will definitely waste our time, energy, and it damage your reputation and your whatever you have built up inside you. This will definitely gonna damage that thing. So conflict definitely is a wastage of time and money, wastage of resources and energy. It decreases your morale. The state of blame and blaming and complaining will increase inside yourself, and the attitude of distress and hostility will take place, and that's how everything will ruin, okay? So very important for you to stay calm, not to fight with anyone. And remember one thing, guys, it is very essential for you to note down, peace is very important for the good reputation, peace is very important for the sustainability. And remember one thing, that education separates development in the country, which ultimately lead you towards a prosperity and development of the country. So it is very important for you all to seek education, to get education, and to make sure one thing, that you will behave like an educated person, okay? So let's move towards our final slide. Well, see these pictures and graphics, they will tell you lots more about yourself, huh? Which you guys do at your home, in school, and in the classroom, and in front of your guests and siblings. Not to fight, this is the last message which I want to give you. Well, guys, at the end of this slide, I want to say that we all are in this together. So let's fight together, and let's fight together against COVID-19. Stay home, wear mask, and make sure you're not visiting any outdoor place unless until it is essential. Okay. So if you're visiting, still you have to wear mask, and still you have to make sure that you're keeping the social distance and you're taking care of all SOPs. So take care of yourself. I'll see you in your next lecture.